As the issue of climate change is seriously affecting most parts of the world, in Chipinge district of Zimbabwe, a youth-led organization named Refugee Coalition for Climate Action, abbreviated as RCCA, is taking action to reverse the global challenge. The organization, which operates from Tongogara Refugee Camp in Chipinge, is involved in regreening projects within the camp itself and the hosting communities. RCCA is working in collaboration with various government departments and development partners. Recently, the organization received root trees from United Nations High Commissioner for Refugees and other development partners. The trees were planted in Tongogara Refugee Camp with preference given to areas that are adjacent to religious buildings.
How are you contributing to climate change mitigation?
What we have done is that we are working with a group of youth under the banner of RCCA. It's a group that is actually working with the partners to plant trees. As part and parcel of our contribution as the camp administration, we are making sure that we link the group with the external players, organizations such as Nyaradzo, Green Institute, so that they are able to get the more trees that they are looking for.
So one critical thing that I've noticed in Tongogara is there's a lot of littering that happens in the camp. So it would be really important if the community could learn to discard litter appropriately. Things that can plastics or paper and things that can decompose. They can create a compost and then they can use the compost for their gardens instead of providing for their gardens. Yes, I think that's what I can say for now.
I think the community needs to be encouraged that the issue of taking care of the environment is for us all, not to say it's for a specific organization. It starts from the home level itself, whereby the homesteads can be encouraged to plant trees like what you've been doing today. It's good for the environment. So encouraging the community to plant trees, be they fruit trees or they can be trees for the shade, especially we know Tongogara is quite hot. So these trees would be very, very useful in the hot weather. The fruit trees would be useful for adding more to the nutrition of our children and also for the adults, and also it provides food, general food for everyone.
What do you think should be done in Tongogara and the host community to reduce climate change and impact?
Well, one issue that we need to do is to raise awareness within the community on the need to preserve the environment, which is very critical. And we have seen a number of trees being cut down. So we believe that we need to make sure that we conscientize the community, and we need to go an extra mile to make sure that we adopt a family-centered approach towards climate change, addressing each and every family a tree to plant. I am sure we'll be able to address the impact of climate change.
Contribute to climate change mitigation by what we're doing here, for example, planting trees. They help to make the environment more green, as well as we try to promote climate-friendly practices, use of vehicles that do not emit so much carbon monoxide into the environment. Thank you so much. What do you think should be done in TRC and the host community to reduce climate change and its impact? The use of energy, or rather, when we cook, we use a lot of firewood, and firewood produces smoke, which contributes towards climate change. So if we can try to find more fuel-efficient methods of cooking which do not produce so much smoke into the environment, I think that could change and its impact.
We have so many issues of people producing charcoal. So maybe that issue of making people know that if you cut down a tree today, the impact is going to be felt by our children, grandchildren, even by us as well. So urging the community not to cut down trees, to preserve them as they are. Trees are important. Trees are life.
The church should, among other things, preach the gospel of preserving the environment. the church should, among other things, also be at the forefront of planting trees, which is very critical. The church cannot survive where the environment is destroyed. At the same time, the church should actually be leading in educating the community on the need to plant trees.
Refugee Coalition for Climate Action, with support from development partners, is aiming at bringing positive results in reducing the impact of climate change in Zimbabwe. RCCA needs everyone's support in its bid for climate action.